All right. What's going on? Let's start a poll to start the stream off. Will we open the pre-market higher or lower for gold and silver? Where do we think we are going to go? I know it's a little early, but again, we're doing our streams a little earlier than normal now. And maybe every day. I don't know. But it looks like we closed down 1.5% for silver, 1% down for gold, almost 2% for platinum, and the GSR is staying around 61. The dollar was up just a little bit, and oil was up about 3.5, so. Alright, I'm like answering text messages from work and stuff, even though it's my day off, so. So I'm a little distracted right now, but we'll get back in the live stream in just a second. We got about, what, 10 minutes or so before all this is going to start taking off again. We're going to see where we go. I don't know if we're going to see anything crazy or not, but... Let's see, what are we doing with this? Where do we think we're gonna sit? Most of you guys so far, there's only 10 people voting, but it's okay. Stream's a little quiet right now. You guys are hiding, but most of you guys think it's gonna go sideways. What's today? Wednesday? Thursday. Hope everyone's having a good Thursday. Have you guys bought anything today? Any gold or silver? Is this song on repeat? Like... I'm trying to find new music and not the same one over and over again. But I feel like it's the same thing over and over. I don't know, we'll find out eventually. Silver Atari, what's going on? I'm gonna say up, down, and sideways. Okay. I just can't pick all three. Interpolation, what's up? Bought a half sovereign a few days ago. Very nice, very nice. Libertari bought a couple eagles today. Let's go. Juan Collapse says no buys. You're broke right now. Relatable. Ryan J says a 10-ounce RCM bar. Dang. Coming in the chat with a 10-ounce dropper. Okay. The tunes are chill, no change needed. Okay. Well, I picked... Well, from the normally I have the same songs playing every time. Like on it's a 2-hour song list, but I swear the songs were repeating over and over again. And so I clicked the artist to see if they had anything different. And so I clicked something and so I was like, okay, this sounds nice, but I think it's repeating again too. So it's fine. It's different. I just can't hear the same song over and over again after so many live streams. I wanted to change it up. Homestead Jeff says, I'm with you. I don't think I would buy anyway right now. It's relaxing. Yep, that's the goal here. Have a nice candle going. You know, it's just something about having like a nice clean desk, a candle going off. I wish it was raining, but it's not. It's gonna rain later, but if it was raining right now, that would just be perfect. Dark ambience, like, I don't know, that's just my thing. Love the lounge bar vibe. It's gin and tonic. Throw your drinks in the chat. Everyone pick your drinks. And we'll make them, we'll send them over your way. Edley's feeling a little discouraged today. Why is that? Why are we discouraged? Eight prospectors for $1 more than a buffalo. Okay. Very cool from Money Metals. We get lots of rain and hail tonight in Nebraska. Oh. Yeah, I feel we're gonna get some. I don't know if we're gonna get some nasty stuff. Actually, hang on. What are we gonna get? I don't know if we're gonna get some nasty weather or not, but potential for severe thunderstorms. It doesn't look like it's gonna be that bad here. I think Saturday and Sunday are gonna be pretty gross, but then I think it's just gonna be little bits of rain here and there. I don't really know. Homestead Jeff will take a Cabernet. Ryan's gonna take a double vodka on the rocks. Edley's discouraged because silver is down. Well, that just means you can buy more. Just cloudy and we're the bad guys in losing a war. Feel bummed? Oof. Little Matt's listening at the office. Very nice, very nice. I'm drinking tea. I quit drinking a couple years ago, so I could invest more. Yeah, I don't drink anymore. I stopped drinking over a year and a half ago. And when I say drinking, I mean like maybe going out for the weekend. I don't even like it, to be quite honest with you. When in doubt, zoom out. That's right. If you're ever upset about the charts, just zoom out. Eventually, it'll look better. See? Well, we're on the 1 minute time frame. This is not a good example, but it looks terrible right now. Ignore what I just said. Just zoom in. It'll look better if you zoom in. Let's see, where do you guys, most of you think? It's actually a very three-way split here. A third of you think it's going to be higher, a third is going to go lower, and a third's going to go sideways. What do I think it's going to do? I think it's going to go down. I think it's going to go down. I kind of low-key, I want silver to go down. I know a lot of you guys don't, but I want it to go down because I want to buy some more of it. Wait to fix the super chat thing. Hang on a second. This. Need to move that right there. Okay. There we go. That's better. And then actually we should fix... Not as centered. The heck? There we go. Crash it to 50 so I can load up exactly. I want it to go back into the 30s again. That would be great. Let me pick up where I left off a year ago. I got 97 people in the chat, 16 likes so far. I got 10-to-1 ratio, that's not that great. Silver Atari buys on the same schedule either way. I agree, I do the same thing. Long-term mind frame, yep, that's right. Ask JP Morgan, they know. Well, we'll find out in about 2 minutes what's gonna happen. Big Dog's trying to sell his car so he can get more. Hope it holds or goes down. So you're gonna sell your car to buy more gold and silver? This says, I don't recall ads during your streams in the past, but maybe I'm just senile? I couldn't tell you. I think they automatically go on. You have an ad blocker on? Because sometimes if I have an ad blocker on, sometimes it'll block things and then sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but... Well, let's see where we're at with... It's now 5 o'clock Central Time. Gold actually opened up. Let's see where it ended, or where it's starting. Gold... okay. And everything just froze. Okay, there it goes. Now drop back down. Need silver to start moving. It actually looks like it's hot. It's up, but I think in 10 seconds. I think sometimes silver always takes an extra minute for it to start off compared to gold. See what happens here in 3 seconds. And nothing. Great. Well, I don't think anyone predicted no movement. Dude, does Kitco have anything for their silver price? Like, is it moving on their chart at all? It's just Kitco at 81.61, so it actually tanked. That's like all the way down here. What the hell was that noise? Wait, if it's at 81.61, does that really mean it's going to go drop all the way down to here? Let's check. Let's see if another thing broke at the COMX. The vending machine broke at the COMX. No trading? Uh-oh. Not on the app. It's moving. I mean, gold's kind of going. Gold is moving, but I mean, platinum's up. So I'm assuming silver's going up as well. It'd be nice for it to show, but it's probably trading view just weakened. Because now I see silver at 82.14, which is like right here, which shows a lower drop actually. I don't know what's going on. Do you mind going into your thoughts on the GSR and why you look forward to trading to gold? Some think silver only keeps gaining value and decrease GSR long term. I mean, I guess while we're waiting for silver to do something, we can talk about that a little bit. I mean, well, let's just pull up Kitco first, because Kitco app is the only one that's like doing something, and maybe we can watch it from here, because TradingView is deciding to not work. But let's answer that question that he was talking about a second ago. Let's see. I mean, I look forward to trading into gold because for me, gold is kind of the end strategy in terms of like what I want my metals to be held into. So like, I've always viewed silver as a form of savings and gold as a form of like retirement / investment. And so I want to be able to, because sometimes, especially I think in the future, gold's going to be a little too expensive for a lot of people to get. And so if you can buy a lot of silver, eventually trading that in for gold, you won't have to spend as much to get that piece of gold. Because like what I did was I bought when the GSR was at 104 or something like that. I bought a lot of my silver when the GSR was at 100, 104. And so I was able to trade it in for gold when it dropped into the 50s. And so for me, it's just silver is my savings / like minor investment money. But gold is like my retirement. It's my end goal in terms of metal. So that's just how I view it. And that's why I look forward to it. And plus, gold is less volatile than silver. So people do think that silver is going to keep gaining value, but I would actually argue that gold's going to probably be a better option if you're concerned about gaining value. Because gold, I don't think gold has ever really dropped in terms of volatility, in an extreme sense, as much as silver has. So gold like almost never goes down. I mean, you look at a chart of gold, like it's rare for it to really spike downwards and come back up like silver. So that's why I like gold, and that's why for me it's my end game. Like I want to retire off of the gold, or buy like really large purchases like real estate or land or anything like that with gold. Let's see, is TradingView moving yet on silver? It is. Okay, so TradingView is now moving on silver. But like I said earlier, when I bought all my silver and I traded it for the ounce of gold, I spent about 1,800 on silver. And then when I traded it for gold, that 1,800 bought the pre-33 gold that I have here that was valued at the time at 4,500. So I got like a 60% discount. Like that's why I think you should save in silver, so that way you can get other things or trade for gold. But given where the GSR is at right now, I would be targeting gold, even if it's a little tiny 10th ounce piece like that. My 10th ounce piece should be coming in tomorrow, my other one that I bought, so hoping to get that here soon. Because it works the opposite direction. Not that I would do it, but if you buy gold, you can always trade that in for silver. You know? You can trade the metals when the ratios hit their other extremes, and you can get more ounces than you would have, and you can almost have to never spend any money ever in some ways. You could almost just buy, like if you bought an ounce of gold and waited for this GSR to go up to 100, trade it and get 100 ounces of silver. Let the GSR come back down to 50, get 2 ounces of gold, and you keep rinsing and repeating that process, and eventually you're going to have more metals, and all you had to do was buy one thing. Vaughn says he personally thinks silver is better than gold, like silver is my end goal. Interesting. I mean, I love silver too, don't confuse the two. Like, I love gold and silver. They're not, in some ways one isn't better than the other. That's just how I view it. But each one serves a purpose for a specific reason. Silver loves the pre-33. I love my pre-33. So I finally got it in a capsule. That's why I have generic rounds, trade them for gold when the ratio is right. Exactly. That's what I did with mine. I traded not all. I traded a good chunk of my generics for gold. I almost was about to do the Eagles, but when I did the math, I would have given out the same amount of Eagles that I would have given out the same amount of my Buffalo rounds. And I was like, well, I don't want to depart with the Eagles. I'm gonna just get rid of the Buffalo rounds before I get rid of those. So, but I was also trying to see what my LCS guy he needed, because I know at the time dealers were struggling to get stuff. So I was just looking to see if he needed something specific. But he said it didn't matter, so I just gave him the Buffaloes. Norm Cook says, bought a 10th ounce earlier this week, made it to Seattle. You're in Washington State, and now it's in Texas. Oh god. How does that even happen? Tripulation swapped 20 ounces of silver for gold the day before the end of January crash. I did my trade when silver was at... Oh god, what was it at? Hold on, I can look at the chart. I don't even know what it was at. What was the price of silver when I did that? When I did my trade, the price of silver, I know for sure... It had to have been like in the 110s. I think it was like near the 110s when I did my trade. Well, actually, hang on, I can just look at the GSR. It was in, yeah, it was around 110. So I did it like right at the top, almost at the top. I made my swap, and then the prices came down. Because I remember doing the trade when the GSR was at 48, and that was like end of January. So I almost timed it perfectly. That's a great explanation. You're welcome. Traded 3 gold bars back last year for a bunch of silver bars. GSR was like 92 at the time. Nice. Are you planning on reswapping those silvers back into gold? Alright, let's see what gold's doing. Platinum's doing. Platinum's a little weird right now. GSR's at 61. Oil's at 79.50. The dollar's at 99.06. Let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see. Silver's still in the number 2 asset cap spot. There's nothing new with that. What about the Fed watch? What are they expecting with interest rates? They're expecting it to hold still. I'm just looking to see if there's any new updates on things that we maybe need to discuss. I mean, the Shanghai stuff will come out in a couple hours. I think just our next up is 15 to 1. Maybe take a year or more, maybe a few months. You guys think 15 to 1 is going to be possible? Did I hear about the COMX reducing margins? We can check that. I don't know if they have or not. That's not it. Where's it at? Performance bond requirements. This was posted today. Looks like they may have. Crude oil, Midland Ranch. Oh, here we go. Gold futures. Yeah, they did drop it. So gold futures went from 9 to 7%. Silver futures went from 18 to 14%. So they've dropped the margins on them. So it definitely got dropped a little bit. The COMX, this is probably the one we're looking at, the COMX 5000. So it went from 18% to 14%. So they definitely dropped them. You can see right there, decrease. Yeah. So the margin requirements have been lowered. That is for sure. You can see that here. If you ever need to know where to go, you can go to, I mean, I don't have the, just type in the CME group notices. And you can filter out what you need, performance bond margins, and you can see all the times that they've done it. So you just want to look for the word metals margin on here. So they definitely lowered them. That is confirmed. That should bump it. Yeah, you're right. It should bump it up. But it's not. It's just staying flat. So it looks like all the sideways, folks. I mean, I don't even know what the official time tally is for the for the poll. I don't know if it's in the first 30 minutes, the first hour. Like, I don't know what it is. But it's just flat right now. Technically it's down, but it's realistically just flat. Let's see if there's anything else that's going on right now. I did see something about the... Where's it at? Yeah, the Perth Mint. This is a crazy thing here too. Like, check this out. The Perth Mint gold sales skyrocketed 131% in February as silver sales rose 11.7%. You can see this terrible AI picture of a kangaroo. But yeah, gold went up 131% for the Perth Mint and 11% silver. I skimmed through this earlier. They said mainly right here, gold performed strongly during the month, driven primarily by excellent sales of gold kangaroo coins in Australia, Germany, and across Asian markets. So the Perth Mint's done very well with it. You can see this giant spike up here. when it comes to gold, and this is for silver. So we've done pretty well in that sense. So just a very interesting thing I saw on that. What else do we got? Alright, sorry, I keep getting messages and stuff. You can see gold kinda making a push up here. Silver's starting to make a push up as well. What else do we got? Hold on. All right, sorry. I keep getting distracted by my phone. Yeah, I don't see anything else really that's... It seems kind of quiet right now. See, if we were buying our first ounce of gold, would I get a pre-33, a buffalo, or an eagle? Are we assuming that money's not a factor? I still think... Let me double check. I still think the pre-33s are like... I still think they're the move to go for. It's like the premiums on them are on the 1 ounce like eagles and stuff are really high compared to a pre-33. Like I don't know, I would actually go for the pre-33, but it's so hard because I want all three of them at the same time, but the pre-30, yeah, the pre-33 do have lower premiums. So I guess I would go for that because it's also numismatic, you know. So in the future, when prices and premiums maybe stabilize a bit better, that pre-33 is gonna look much better. But I mean, you wouldn't go wrong with a gold eagle or a buffalo. It's just a matter of whether or not you want a 24 karat or a 22 karat. I mean, I guess to answer it, I would go for the pre-33. It's still gold. It's gonna be a bit of a numismatic thing, and they're just going to keep melting them and getting rid of them, so you may as well hold on to it. Especially if the prices are cheaper. Any news on the refineries? I haven't seen anything. I'm looking right now to see if I can find anything. Just give me a second to see if there's any news with this. I think it's still... I think there's still... I still don't think they're taking everything. As far as I can tell, I'm looking right now online to see if there is anything, but I still think that we're seeing the same restraints being put on. Yeah, I don't know. I have to look a little deeper, but yeah, I don't see anything right now. Ghost says he only goes with the 4.9s. The issue with anything that isn't 4.9s, fine, runs the risk of being less liquid. What are your thoughts on the next 6 months for gold and silver? Is the bull run over? Is this a small intermission, or will it explode? Well, I'll say this like I always say. I don't know what the prices are going to do. No one does. I can't guess what it's going to do. I can only... Well, I can guess, but I can't, like... I can't tell anybody what it's going to do. In my opinion, I think... Let me actually pull up a little thing, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, because it'll make sense. So, give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up this. We're going to look at the price of silver. We're going to look at the price of silver going back to like here, and then I need to find one more chart. Where are we at? Where's that? Where's the chart? Oh, here it is. Okay. So, take a look at the chart on here. You guys can see how it's moved up and down, right? I think we're done with the bull run for right now. I think, and here's why I say that, and I know this is, you know, not, it's never always perfect, but if you look at this, chart right here, this is exactly how I see silver behaving right now. I think silver, if you look at, it's almost exact, and it's not completely exact, but it's got the same. Let's actually do this. Let's do. Hang on 1 second. Let's go. Let's do this. And we'll do this. So if you look at silver's chart right here, it's doing exactly what this, it has this giant rise up, right? We hit the peak of euphoria at 116. We came back down, which was probably right around here, and then we kind of hit back up again to about 93 at the complacency stage, and now we're coming back down. That's how I view it. That's where I think silver's headed. I think it's coming back down. But, I mean, who really knows? Who really knows what it's going to be doing? But I think the bull run is possibly over. I just don't know. I don't know what it is, but if I'm looking at these two charts, they look the exact same in terms of how this graph is going to progress. And I don't know if anyone wants to argue it, but go ahead. Do you think we can dip under 5K gold again? Well, we did recently. We pull this up. Gold was under 5K for, when was it? It was for a brief moment on Tuesday. 2 days ago, it did cross underneath 5,000 for a quick minute, and then it came back up. People have been so spoiled by $100 silver, they're like 50, 60, 70, yeah, right? Wicked, what's going on? Wicked Sticky Flowers, how are we doing? I'm assuming an unmanipulated market. I mean, you can assume manipulation or non-manipulation. I mean, I just think that's where it's gonna go. I made a video actually on this a while ago where I talked about it, and I said that silver was, I originally thought silver was gonna go as high as the mid 80s and then come back down, but it was also in a span of 10 years, not literally 1 year. So, you know, the manipulation could push it in either direction. You never really know what it's going to do. But, I mean, again, I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. I don't know if it's going to go higher. I don't know if it's going to go lower. I can't predict that. No one can. And so that's why I don't try to guess like, oh, I think silver's got more to go, let me just buy now because it's gonna, I don't do, that's not how I make my decisions. I look at the gold to silver ratio and it tells me whether or not silver is more or less expensive than gold right now. That's how I view it. And so far, doing that strategy, I was able to buy my silver down here. Actually, I was able to buy my silver down here. And if you look at the GSR, I was able to buy it when it was back in April at 100 GSR. I was able to buy my silver at the peak and then trade it for gold at the bottom of the GSR. So it's worked. It has absolutely worked. So, I mean, if you look at January 28th when silver was 116, January 28th, the GSR was at its lowest. So if you're buying silver at a GSR of 46, you're buying the peak at this point, in my opinion. So why, like, to me, you should be doing the opposite. That's why I've been buying gold. Because gold, it did technically peak at the same time, but it also kind of dropped. But that's the thing, like I mentioned it earlier, like if you look at gold, it doesn't go down. So it's like, you're basically just buying a bottom no matter what. like yeah, it did go down a little bit here, but not nearly like what silver did. So, I mean, if you zoom out, like we joked about earlier, like, yeah, it looks like you're buying the peak no matter what, but you're always buying the floor when it comes to gold. No matter what, you're always buying the floor. But the gold to silver ratio is really just contingent on what silver does. So I use the GSR to determine whether or not I buy silver. So I was buying when it was at 110, 120 back in 2020. Actually, no, I didn't buy it then at all. I was buying when it was like around here in the 80s and 90s the entire time. And I've been avoiding it when it dropped below 60, which was probably around December. And if you look what happened around December, the price of silver was like almost $100 bucks. It was like $80 bucks. So The GSR method works, and that's why I don't try to guess where we're gonna land on the price predictions, because I can't guarantee that, but I can tell myself what I'm going to buy based off of what the ratios tell me, and it helps minimize the risk, in my opinion. I'm gonna beat this like a dead horse forever, but hey, Wesley says, I don't think it's over, but I do think we will track sideways for a while, at least until after we see the new Fed in place and how monetary policy changes or not. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that too. I mean, you know, when things like that are mentioned, it's like, yeah, you know, you have war in the Middle East. You have new feds that are looking to just crush prices of silver or push the prices of silver. You got the COMX running out of vending machine snacks, and that's going to stop the entire trading for hours on end. But like those things we can only anticipate and speculate on, but we don't know what's going to happen until it happens. So like that, you know, you can only get so far with those predictions. Chris, what's up, man? How you doing? Welcome in. Where are all my moderators at? That's what I need to know. There's no one in here. They'll probably come on in a bit. We can go back to 25 quid for a piece of 1 ounce silver. That'd be great. That would be fantastic. I would love $25, $30 silver again. And just give me another 10 years of nothing. With dollar devaluation, it's hard to tell, and that's the other problem. Dollar devaluation is just gonna keep pushing gold up no matter what. That's why, like, anytime you buy gold, that's why I like to say you're buying the floor. Everyone would have thought the war would make precious metals go to the moon, but it didn't. Yeah, I think that kind of surprised a lot of people. I think a lot of us were thinking that gold and silver were going to just skyrocket when this happens. But, you know, it's interesting because a lot of the times these things, they have like a delayed reaction. Like, they almost have an opposite reaction, and then they go the direction that we expected it to. It's kind of interesting to see sometimes how that works. But if this stuff is happening and there is no spike, then, you know, take advantage of it. Gold never crashes 5 to 6%. Silver's volatility dictates the GSR. You can really make big moves by trading silver. Yeah, I mean, and that's definitely what I mean by, like, you know, if you buy gold, you're always buying the floor. But if you buy silver, you gotta be a little more strategic. Smash the like button. We got 103 people in here and 49 people have liked it. That's almost a 2-to-1 ratio. Conflict was pretty much a given. Everyone front ran it. It's true. I mean, I think at the time when silver was at 120 bucks, like, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. Definitely a delay. Other thing is, some people were thinking the war was going to be short, but now there's talks about it being longer. So people are likely selling off because of the rumor. I don't know. It's just, it's crazy to see what happens, and you know, I'm not an expert. Like, for me, I'm not an expert on like what market conditions are going to impact pricing. Like, that's not my thing. I'm more focused on, I guess, the strategy with the ratios and what your end goal is. Like, that's how I do it. Like, I just know the markets are gonna, because for me it's impossible to figure out what the markets are going to do to impact the pricing. There's so much manipulation, there's so much fake stuff, there's so many things happening that we could have a massive shortage of gold and the price will just drop and you're like, why? And it makes no sense. But for me, it's about the strategies, what to buy, when to buy, things like that. That's what I like to focus on more. Any price drop will be a blessing. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, anytime there's a price drop, that's always, people view it negatively because they have this vision of profits, and I just don't share that vision. For me, it's about how many ounces can I get. Somebody bought gold at 5,600, then sold below 5,000, but it's hard to buy highs on gold. Marty says volume is bullish for the moment. I mean, silver's starting to spike up here a little bit. Look at that, we're at 82.88. Had a nice little jump there. We're gonna get to 83. COMX controversies, market manipulation from banks, companies, and power individuals. We haven't seen anything like this. The Hunt brothers thing was different. We're in the new age where crypto markets exist too. And it's just, there's so much. I mean, I was saying during the run up, I think before silver got, like when silver was crossing over 50, I was saying that it was very much a natural progression. Because it was slowly rising for like the longest time. Like we were sitting at 30, then it went to 40, then it went to 50, and it took like a good 2-3 years or so. And I was like, okay, if this pace continues and it's silent, many people are going to ignore it. And then next thing we know, we're going to be at like $80 silver. And that's when everyone's going to be like, oh crap, what's going on? But it just didn't happen that way. It was once it crossed 50, it just shot up. So, it's really interesting to see how that happens sometimes, but that's why I don't make predictions and guesses, because I will be wrong 100% of the time. Ghost says now he's rich to cash out and profit $10. These was high in 2011. Probably triggered a lot of longs at that point. It broke the old peak. Yeah. When it comes to the average Joe in the West, silver stacking is pretty much an American strategy. Europeans get decimated with that 20-25 VAT on purchase. I mean, depending on where you are in the US, I mean, you have your own sales tax or state tax and crap like that. So if you're in California, you're basically doing the same thing. Silver's popping off right now, though. Look at that. We're at 83.17. Like here in Texas, like I don't have to pay anything extra. It's just the premium. I don't have to pay any state tax, no local tax, no whatever. We don't have that here, so no income tax at the state level. But you pay for that in other areas. Like, I will not move to a state or live in a state that doesn't... Or how do I word this? I will not move to any state that has a tax on precious metals. They have to have no tax on precious metals, otherwise I won't move there. I won't support it. possibility that negotiations might be underway this weekend. Big players already know it and are dumping silver last 2 days. I mean, it's always possible that negotiations are going on, but no one really ever truly knows. No sales tax here on bullion, thankfully. Nice, volume is still coming in. Massachusetts is tax-free over 2,000. Interesting. North Carolina, so no tax either. Very nice. I would go. I used to live in North Carolina, so that'd be a cool place to buy metals again. Sucks for Washington. They recently brought back the tax on metals. Yeah, they did. Everyone's going to Oregon now. Florida has no sales tax on precious metals. That's very cool. You can't pay taxes on precious metals as crazy capital gains when you profit, sure, but sales, yeah. Some states have it. Some states have it. Look at silver though. Silver's doing. I know this looks so ridiculous, but it's only like a dollar swing. RJ's been saying, I've been focused on more gold too under 60 to 1, but now that I've been up, I've been debating on some 10 on silver bars right now. I'm still going in on gold, even with the GSR at 61. For me, I've done the math on it. The GSR would have to go to 70 or 71 for me to restart silver at my current stacks value. And it is tax-free on precious metal purchases. That being said, our sales tax for anything else is 13%. Yeah. Shop in New Hampshire will move eventually. Jinxed it. Nah, I didn't jinx it. It's still going up. Calm down. You guys just have to yell at your phones or your TV or whatever you're watching it on. You just have to like smack it a little bit and it'll... I think it makes it run at 96 again if we can get a daily close above the bull run continues. I mean, they did lower the margin requirement, so you never know. Maybe this pushes it up. The moment gold is a better buy, I agree. I think if you have nothing, you should start with silver. But then, like, by the time you start with silver, you need to start with gold. So it's like, it's hard to say. They're trying to hold this 83.19 line. Would you, or are you swapping silver for gold with the current GSR? No, I swapped at 50, and I wouldn't swap again until 40. That's just my personal take. But it's tough because sometimes I'm not, you know, I want to wait till 40, but if the dealers still have the issue of options and maybe they're not taking certain things, then, you know, might be hard to sell or to do a trade. But I don't think it's really, for me it wasn't an issue because while I technically sold my silver, they didn't charge me for it, or they didn't pay me in silver or in cash, so it just showed that I had a discount store credit. So they essentially got free inventory and I walked out with a piece of gold. So I wouldn't, so it's hard because sometimes they might not want to take silver, but that's why I asked them what they wanted so that I could focus on that. So I still think even at 40 to 1, for me at least, at my LCS, it won't be an issue. But my next trade would be at 40 to 1. Because I noticed at 50 to 1 it was starting to struggle. Like, dealers are struggling to get, like people just, they couldn't sell certain things, or they didn't have cash on hand to sell. So I don't think I think trading's a little bit different. I don't think it's as impactful or as difficult to do, but it just depends on what they have available for gold. Colorado, Washington super sucks, bringing it back beyond lame. Everybody just needs to leave. Washington, New York, and California just never go back. Yeah, when I was living in Colorado, that was when I bought my first precious metals, and there's no taxes on that stuff too, so it was nice. Thankfully, because I wasn't paying attention when I first bought, I was just like, I'll just buy it. I didn't even think to look if there were any taxes or like state taxes, any of that stuff. I didn't bother to look at it. So, is the margin requirement effective immediately? I think it goes into effect tomorrow. So this upwards movement could be like preparation for that. I don't know. I'm asking my phone in a stabbing motion to try to get silver candlestick to go up. It's working. Everyone stab your phones. I want to get rid of my 925. It's okay to start small, get used to it, and figure out what's your best strat. Yeah, I mean, it took me... I mean, I think I kind of like expedited the learning process by having this channel and posting videos and learning about things. But I would say it took me about 3 years or so to like really understand the strategies and the, I guess, the decision-making skills and knowing what to avoid, what not to avoid, and how to tune out certain things. Like it took a couple years of consistently, you know, trial and error until I figured it out. The 2 swaps at 50 to 1. Next one is at 40 to 1. My LCS will do the swap, but they know me. Yeah, it all depends on the relationship. So some sources say gold will hit 6,000 by the end of the year, but things are looking, I doubt it. I mean, we were at 5,600 not that long ago, so I mean, I don't know. That's why I just avoid those. I don't try to guess where we're gonna go. Like, I just don't. Like you could play the game right now. Like, everybody for the next 10 minutes, tell me where you think silver is gonna be at in terms of the pricing on this chart, and we'll see who's right. And you're gonna find out that like there might be one person who got it right. Now do that 10 times in a row and see how many times that person wins. Like, it's just, you can't predict it. You might get lucky one time, but you're not gonna consistently be correct over and over again. That's why I don't like to try to guess where it's gonna be at. That's just not my thing. So I don't care what people can predict. You know what? There was something that Warren Buffett said one time, and it was really interesting. He said, people have all these predictions, they have all these estimations, they have all these price targets and whatever that they expect to do, but he said, show me last year's expectation and the year before that and the year before that, and show me how correct you were or not. Show me the last 10 years of every single estimation in price and predictions, and tell me how within what degree of accuracy were you in, and you'll find that no one is right. So, like, I don't care if Bank of America says, oh, I think 6,000, I think 10,000. I just don't care, because it doesn't, no one knows. It's fun to guess and speculate, but, you know, I don't know. It's just, I guess I get worked up about it. 925 sterling silver. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, at least here, I know a lot of the dealers probably aren't even buying that. Especially the sterling, like the silverware and stuff. They don't even want that, because they can't turn it into the refinery, so they're not even going to accept it. You'd be lucky if they find some. Started in 2017 and 2020. I understood the games made some mistakes at first, but I'm glad they happened back then at those prices. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm glad I'm the same way. I'm glad I made those mistakes back in 2020 pricing than I was now. I didn't even find stacking YouTube until early last year. I found like most of the big players at like in 2021. Like Silver Dragons and Yankee is when I discovered all those guys in 2021. Salivate. Exactly. It's just an edge. It's just a guess. I really don't look at the numbers anymore. I just cost average and buy when I have extra funds. Yeah. 100% agree. Pre-1920 UK coins were made from sterling, getting good prices on eBay, etc. Still for it. Yeah, I feel like even if you tried to sell, I mean, buying sterling right now, I don't know. Maybe you can hoard up on it at a discount now, and then later on you can sell it for more. I don't know. Joshua would rather hold 90% than a bunch of random sterling. Yeah, I've never been a fan on sterling silver. Like the silverware stuff. I mean, if I was buying silver right now, I would definitely go for the 90%. Stoked for the fun show in July. I have some pre-33 I want to sub there for grading. Interesting. Don't they, How often do they do the fun show? Because I thought they... Is it twice a year? $22 carat and 90% of the way to go, especially right now. Fun January and fun summer. Summer show isn't as big. Interesting. Well, who knows? Maybe we go to it one year. I feel like it'd be cool to like live stream it, but I feel like I thought I heard something about them saying how like it's kind of like they don't let you. It's some YouTube stackers there, like international stacker. Yeah, like I think I don't know like what it's like over there. I've never gone to a coin show. I've never done any of these things, so like I would literally feel so weird going in because I just don't know what to do other than bring a bunch of money and buy stuff. They don't let you record or take photographs. That's crazy. I guess I would have to do like a hotel live stream hangout kind of thing. Look at that, silver's going down again now. Like after that big kind of rally up, it's just starting to drop. But eBay was there live streaming actions and plenty of YouTubers made it. Yeah, I'm sure you can. I'm sure there's a way to sneak it in there. That's exactly what you do when you go bring a bunch of money and buy. Yeah. Got 96 people watching, 64 likes. That's a pretty decent ratio. I think you nailed your 8265 prediction. Hold you sideways. Alright, we can probably close the poll off now. Most of you guys, it's pretty much a three-way split. I was right. I'm a genius. My 10-minute prediction was right by my course. Oh no. Alright, Ghost, now, alright, here, let's play a game. Give us another 10-minute prediction, then. Give us, where do you think it's going to be in 10 more minutes? And we'll see if you're right for 2 for 2. If you are, then we'll buy your course. When you come to the fun show, I recommend January because July is hot and not as busy. Yeah, I've already have to deal with the Texas heat as it is. I don't want to deal with any more heat. October does have 8 green months. Candles closes in a row, so in that respect, it looks good. Gotta make the course first. $111 Canadian. What is that in US? 81.20. There. Now it's going to be pinned. Let's find out. Never had to return anything, but eBay heavily favors the buyer. I kicked off about some fake gold. Interesting. Homestead Jeff, I hope your channel stays quiet because I enjoy your subs in the chat. On the other hand, I wish you the best and that your channel explodes. Got a jet. Good night all. Alright, man. Have a great rest of your night. Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to be able to have, you know, the small community like this, and even if it grows, which is always, you know, what I would like it to do, then, you know, I still want to be on the live streams talking with everybody. I do like I like engaging with people more than I do making videos, to be honest. Shit, the pressure's on you. You got pinned unofficially, so we'll see what happens in 8 minutes. See if your 81-20 prediction's right. Artie thinks 82-27. Josh thinks 82-40. Recommend everyone go at least once because you really see stuff at the fun show you really don't get to see on YouTube. Yeah, that would be it'd be cool if they like, you know, had like a little booth or something where like all the YouTubers could like do like one giant podcast thing out of, or I don't know, it's just something like that. Black Eagle Bully with the $2 super chat. You were the best. No, you're the best. Let's hit that heart button. Everyone give hearts in the chat to Black Eagle for the $2 super chat. Always appreciate it. You know this melody? Oh, I don't know. It's just a some random song on YouTube right now. So jealous of the entertainment in America. So many collectible shows, concerts, events. I'm jealous. I mean, you could always start your own. I mean, it sounds like you're up in Canada, right? You can just hop on over. Not that far. Granted, the population of California is that of Canada. Is that right? Actually, I guess I believe it. I don't even know. The US is massive, so it's probably very likely. Florida, Vegas, and Cali, I feel like a whole nother world. Yeah, I mean, they're just like... Even in Texas, like, when I moved down here to Texas, like, it's just been... It's like its own country out here. It's not like any place I've ever been in the US before. Like, Texas is its own unique, very interesting thing. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. We might all be wrong with our predictions. This is why we don't make predictions. This is why we don't live and die by things and make courses to piss people off because you're wrong. Well, who's closest right now? I mean, the closest is you, Josh, at 82.40, right? Yeah, you're the closest one. It's at 82.94. NorCal is pretty awesome. Love it here. 60 to 70 all year round. Mountains, rivers, oceans, redwoods, waterfalls, and low population. It's great. I've been to Northern California twice. I need to visit Texas. I want to go so bad, specifically Austin or somewhere in Dallas. I need the barbecue. Oh god, the Texas barbecue. Austin is weird, so if you're okay with weird, then Austin's cool, but I've been to Dallas before, been to Houston, been to Austin. They're each have their own unique things. If we can pass 83, we might get back towards earlier highs. But we're at 83 even right now. The 1 minute chart is such a gamble, I know. It really is. Did I say 81? I meant 83. Nope, you've been pinned up there. You can't. No. Don't try to get out of that one. You said 81.20. You got 2 minutes left. It could still crash. Don't worry. I don't like jinxing myself. Never had to predict I get scared. Texas is too hot during the summer. Dude, it's hot right now. It's March. And it's like... It was 90 degrees today. Or in... Outside of the country terms. Like... What was the temperature today? 30 something Celsius? It was like 30. Yeah. Friend lives in Houston. I want to visit soon, do rodeo and Astro games. I have not been to an Astro games yet. I'm a hockey person, so I've been to the Dallas Stars games. Well, you got about 15 seconds here for your predictions to hit. 30 degrees Celsius, which is like 90 Fahrenheit. I'm just translating that over from American to non-American. It was like minus 10 today in Toronto. See, if that's the case, I need to move somewhere. I hate the heat. I hate the heat. And so, I don't know why the hell I even moved here, to be honest. But, yeah, here we are. But, yeah, dude, it's been like 30 degrees Celsius, even in like a month ago, back in like the beginning of February. It was still hot. Maybe not quite 30, but like maybe like 25. I'll say this: my lawn never went dormant this year. That's how warm it's been. I'll just say that. Although we did get a little bit of ice at one point. Celsius in March, Matt, yeah. So the summers are like, what, 40? Yeah. I remember, I think the highest I saw was 40. I think I saw like... Hold on, what was it? It was like 42, 43? It was like the hottest I've ever seen it. It was hot. When I first moved out here, it was 40 degrees Celsius from March all the way until September. And then in freedom units, that's like, it was like 100 plus degrees from March all the way to September. It was insane. It's so hot. Problem with cold is that also comes with lack of sunshine. I love the cold, so I like when I was in Colorado and it was like when it was like minus, I don't even know what it was in Celsius, but minus 16 Fahrenheit. Like I loved it. It was fantastic. Loved it. Freaking humid and hot already, I know. The lack of sun is just depressing. Bully and Brent, what's going on? How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. It's like 65 to 80 all the time, but lived in Hawaii for 19 years. Worried about the short-term prices right now. It'll go up dramatically later this year, only a matter of time. That's what Junk Silver Junkie thinks. Toronto sucks, bro. It gets in plus 20 degrees Celsius in the summer and minus 2 in the winter every year. I don't know. I lived in Colorado for a few years and I loved it. I love the climate up there. Didn't really get hot, and if it did get hot, it was very quick. And it just gets cold. That's what I like. Let's see something here. Be like 4 seasons. Colorado's good, yeah. Let's see. Who is anyone? Nah, I don't see anything. Alright, whatever. Close that out. Probably best everyone should stay where they're at. That's why we have sun lamps in the super frigid places. Oh no. Need to go skiing in Colorado. Florida's really bad. You want to stay away from me. I mean, I lived in North Carolina. I know what the humidity's like, but Florida is also even worse than that. So it's terrible. I have not been to Florida in I don't know how many years, but I can already predict it. Let's see. What is this? I don't even know what that's too much. I don't understand that stuff. Oh, we got little like news things here. Okay, hang on. We can maybe read some things. This was when? This was March. This was today. We can read some things. It's just all the same stuff. There's really nothing interesting to be read on this. Disney don't, but Disney World and other amusement parks are the reason I'd move to Florida. Not to mention all like the random animals. Like Florida is like the Australia of the US. You just have so much weird stuff. Well, guys, I think it's about that time of the night. Let me see. Is there anybody we can raid to? I don't think anyone is streaming right now. Yeah, no one's streaming right now, so we can't raid anybody that I can tell. No one's really on right now. At least that I see. So, unfortunately, no live streamers right now when it comes to gold and silver. So, I guess we'll just end the stream here, guys. So, I'm gonna try to do this every day, like I said. Yesterday I couldn't do it. We had a family member pass away yesterday, so I couldn't get on yesterday. So, but we're gonna try to do this every day as best as possible. But we should be on tomorrow too, and otherwise we will go from there. So, thank you guys for hanging out. I'll see you guys all in the next live stream, hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully we'll see some crazy stuff with gold and silver. We'll make more price predictions and you guys can buy courses from each other. So otherwise, have a great rest of your day, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out, and we'll see you all in the next live stream tomorrow. Bye bye, guys.